Book, I chose Things Fall Apart, which is a fiction novel written by Chinua Achebe, who's a well-known Nigerian author. And the reason I chose this book is one, my parents, I didn't know what book I wanted to read, and they read it. They said I'd probably like it. And then also I thought about reading it because I like to see different things and different perspectives, especially different cultures. And so this book gives you a lot of insight on things like that. So I'll just go ahead and get started. So the setting of the book, it's set in Wofia and Bata villages of the Igbo tribe in Nigeria around 1900. And it's right off the Nigerian coast near Port Harcourt. And if you look, Port Harcourt is right at the bottom of the big map. And then basically a lot of the main setting of the book is dealing with pre and post European imperialism, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically when European countries came over to Africa and started having to do manual labor, forced Christianity upon them, things like that. And then the physical setting of the book is actually in a tribal dark forest, kind of near the coast. And then the main characters and some in-depth on them. Main character is Okonkwo, and he's a self-made, well-respected member of the Nwofia clan. He's outwardly stern and powerful, and in the book it talks about how he's just absolutely massive. Basically, he's a huge human being. Much of his life is dictated by his fear of becoming like his father, who was lazy and didn't support the family, and in fact brought a lot of shame upon the family. And then he was also a great warrior and a wrestler. And because actually sometimes in the neighboring tribes they would have like wrestling matches to bring honor to the tribes and things like that. And he was well known. He was the Igbo warrior. And then he has his Unoka, his father. He was a talented magician, but like I said, he was lazy, irresponsible, falling into debt, and brought shame upon his family. And he had a bad reputation in Nwofia, and that haunts Okonkwo throughout the novel, and you see how it affects him throughout the novel too. Then there's Obierica, who's Okonkwo's best friend, and he's also very respected. And Obierica is kind of like the bronze, or the brains, when it's a bronze and brain sort of thing. Okonkwo's a big enforcer. Obierica's a more thoughtful thinker guy. And he usually gives Okonkwo advice, and he's more reasonable because sometimes Okonkwo will get his aggressiveness out of place and have actions where he'll just kind of act it out. And he's also he also is the reason why Okonkwo develops some develops into a better like moral person, even though there are times in the novel that he does do very immoral things, but I'll go over that later. So main characters continue. Then there's Nwoye, who is Okonkwo's eldest son, and actually the wife that he came from is unnamed in the novel, and I think that's because the author wanted to emphasize that Nwoye really wasn't close to his father, so neither was the mother. And so Nwoye is like his grandfather in Okonkwo's eyes, so that's not a good thing. And he always gets criticized by his father, and he's always like emotionally unfulfilled because he doesn't really have like a father figure. It's more just someone beaming down on him for not like being a strong, powerful man, things like that. And then there's Ike Mifuna, who's a boy from a neighboring clan in Bino, and he's given up to Nwofia as a sacrifice for killing a woman, even though he had no part in it. And he lives with Okonkwo's family for